Hello, folks. Many of you have been wondering where I have been. I haven't put many videos out recently, and I've had a couple of emails. Anyway, will I discuss that and a few other things? I'm going to play some of the videos I've taken recently. Kind of a nice sunset here over the mountains, looking towards the west, and some video I've taken off towards the new third bridge. That's still under construction. That is, I think, about 75% complete. I believe that's part of the rig for laying down part of the pavement, the highway, and I'll zoom in and out. Sometimes this is a long zoom, a Canon Super Zoom SX70. So I'm hand holding this, and some of the movement isn't that smooth. Anyway, it's coming along pretty well. Is behind schedule, but anyway, take a look as we get out here where the two pieces come together. So not a lot to go there before they match those two pieces up. Not sure exactly when that's going to be. And that is the bridge third bridge, going to take traffic from the SRP, the South Road properties, southern end of Cebu City, over to Mactan Island. And that's hopefully going to alleviate a lot of the traffic going over to Mactan. Right now, there's two bridges. There's an old two-lane bridge and a newer four-lane bridge. And any traffic coming from the south needs to travel all the way through Cebu City and Mandaue City to get to those bridges to cross over. Hopefully this will alleviate some of that. There is also planning on the north end to put a fourth bridge in up there, and there's debate about exactly where they will land that, exactly where that bridge will come in. Anyway, I have had a little bit of a bug, a little bit of an illness, if you will. I tend to want to take care of myself, something I don't recommend. I do that quite often. I try to eat healthy. I try to stay in relatively good shape, get the right vitamins and minerals through eating and or supplements. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, week and a half ago, I come down with something, became very, very weak. And that is a new casino resort hotel going in out South Road properties. And that is really coming along quite rapidly as well. Right out, not very far from SM Seaside Mall. But anyway, I tell you, I was weak, and I was sleeping much of the day and much of the night. I didn't think a person could do that. I didn't think someone like me could sleep all night long and then sleep almost all day long and do that several days straight. That is SM Seaside Mall out there. And but anyway, I did. I was just weak. I didn't want to do anything. Very little energy. And I finally, it wasn't COVID. I'm pretty sure I had that like 8 or 9 months ago. But finally I got up enough strength and I started doing some research on my symptoms. And I should have known before. Talked to my sister. She's a nurse back in the USA, and she suggested a couple things. And I went online and did some research on the symptoms that I had, and my symptoms fit perfectly with something I've had quite a number of times over the years, especially when I lived up in the cold Midwest. And that is strep throat. I used to get it virtually every winter up in the Midwest USA. And when I finally moved to Arizona in the USA, much warmer, pretty much went away. Very rarely did I get it there. Um, that last time I remember getting it was in Vietnam a few years ago. Went over there and I could tell I had a bad sore throat. Put a flashlight down your throat, you can see that pus in the back of your throat, and I was able to get some antibiotics over the counter there. Some places here you can do the same thing, some places you cannot. Amoxicillin is something that's always worked for me. 2 or 3 days later, I'm much, much, much better, and that's the situation that I'm in now. And takes care of a number of things: the fever, the sore throat, the rash. You can get a rash. I don't very often get a rash with this type of thing, but this time I did. A rash on my sides, and within a couple days of taking the antibiotics, that has pretty much gone away. The fever has gone away a couple days ago, and anyway, I'm feeling much better. I'm not 100% yet, but they say it takes about 7 days. Take your antibiotics for 7 days. So I'm even feeling better each of the last couple of days here. Now I usually start my videos, as many of you know, with "Welcome to the Philippines." But the news that's come out the last day or two about restricting travel again in the Cebu City, Mandaue City, Lapu-Lapu City area, shutting down all liquor, putting a liquor ban back into effect, putting a lot of people out of work again. It seems that there's not a lot of motivation to get this economy back going again. It seems to me that Governor Gwen Garcia is one of the few people who understood many, many, many months ago the damage that the lockdowns have done, and anyway, a person has to be with all the sensors out there these days. Person has to be careful. All over the world, they've got censors. They've got media companies trying to censor free speech about anything. They don't want to allow scientific medical discussions. So that's about all I'm going to say about that. I have talked with a number of Filipino workers, different industries, over the last several months, and keep hearing pretty much the same thing, is that about the only thing anybody wants to talk about is the C word. And although different people have various illnesses, coughs, different things, very little discussion about these other ailments that people have. So they go off and they just try to self-medicate rather than going to the doctor. Of course, a lot of them don't have the money. A lot of them don't have jobs, or if they have a job, they're using what money they make to help support their families. So they're just trying to do their best to keep their families in food and some sort of medication to relieve their ailments. Anyway, that is the from the South Road properties going over and looking across the uptown area, kind of. Every once in a while we get a pretty nice sunset over there. But many of the islands, your best sunset is on the west side of the island. Tall building to the right is Crown Regency. Anyway, thanks for caring and watching. See you next time.